everyone, it's Billy Kirkwood here. I'm so sorry not to do that with a jump and a surprise every night. I swear to God we're going to work out. I hope you're very, very well wherever you are. Welcome to Braw Cast here on Monday night. Before we kick things off, don't forget, if this is the first time joining in, you're going to have yourself a bag in time. If you joined it before, or you've seen all the details of what's going on, here's what you can do to help us out with Braw Cast just before we kick things off. You can hit that share button. Tag a friend. We're going to have ourselves a whole lot of fun tonight. There's a whole bunch of episodes you can check out in the archives. And don't forget to check out everything that's going on at brawbeardoils.com. It's very simple. Just hit that share button. It goes to as many people and we have ourselves some fun. So before we kick off, let's see who is actually joining in tonight. You're going to have to bear with me and I'll level with you for why. Because my computer is in the shop because I basically blew it up. So at the moment, I'm using a MacBook, which I cannot stand. But we're going to get through it anyway. So just very quickly say hi to Charlotte Blackwood, Susanna Ross Evening, Ross Fraser, Andy Farrell, Colin Fury, Kenny McLeod, Louise McLean. I'll try reading all the letters, just old-fashioned that way. Loads of people saying that as well. Thank you for sharing, Peter Wood. We really appreciate that. What we're going to do is tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting a chance to talk to Elaine Jackson, Mrs Braw Beard, Mrs Braw, Queen Braw. We'll sort all that out. We're going to have a chat with her about her career, her involvement with Braw Beard, and of course, being the brains and the brawn of the Moustache and the Braw Beard Moustache Beard and Moustache Championships. Bugger, it's a Monday. Right, before we go to loads of other people, David Wallace is in as well. Ian, hi Ian, David English, Natalie Marshall. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Let's get as many people on this as we can. I'm very excited to talk to our guest. Now, here's the weird thing. I've got to press the button and she'll just pop in. I wish it could be more of an introduction. I wish it could be a lot more smoother. But on this MacBook, we can't do it tonight. So bear with us and thank you for watching. Shall we welcome our special guest? Please, ladies and gentlemen, give it up if you would, wherever you are. Feel free to clap, feel free to cheer, feel free to just go full tilt boogie. Welcome, Elaine Jackson. How the devil are you, Elaine?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I am struggling to speak, it would appear, but I am doing all right. Do you know the thing is, normally we do the show on my little home PC, mini PC, which is absolutely amazing, but I'm on a MacBook and I'll level with you. These fingers and a MacBook do not agree with each other. I don't know what you guys use, Braw Beard Oils or whatever you work. Now, before we go any further, Elaine, first of all, you are we are 3 months into being Mama Braw, is that right?
Just under 2 months.
Oh, no way!
Yeah.
And how is the baby getting on?
He's good. He is a little tank. You don't need to go to the gym. You can try and lift him up, and that will absolutely knacker your back. But it's good to be father. Like, I kind of feel like he's maybe lulling into a false sense of security at the moment because he's not that bad. So I'm just wondering, like, what's to come.
Listen, there's all the exciting stuff. There's at this point, I'll ask the question that every parent wants to know: has he shut up his back yet?
We've had not like right the way up. We've had a few pretty close breaches. And
breaches. I love that expression. And before we go any further, if you do have any questions for Elaine, feel free to hit us up in the comments. We're coming in from all around the world. Oh, brilliant. It looks like Bugger It's a Monday is already trending. That'll be good. If you do have any questions for Elaine or about anything that goes on in the Braw Beard universe, by all means, pop it in the comments. We're going to have ourselves a bit of fun. Now, Elaine, first of all, we need to explain. It's kind of weird. We need to explain your place in the Braw Beard universe. First of all, you're married to John Jackson, who is the Braw Beard kingpin, shall we say, Mr. Braw?
I'd say so, yeah. What is it the guys call him? The Brawfather, I think is usually the term that's bandied around for him.
The Brawfather, of course. Oh my God. If we'll make you an offer you can't refuse, we're going to cut your beard off and sell a tape to your dog. That's terrifying. That's terrifying. Now, how long? I guess we've got to start kind of at the beginning. But before we leap into that, you have an unbelievable, diverse amount of skills that I think I've got to address right at the start, because I did say you are the braw and the brains, the Braw Beard. Braw Beard Moustache. Oh, God, I can't do them all at the championships. Because first of all, you totally event managed the thing, the live show on the night. And you've also got your shoot job, which is business advisor to Business Gateway, or as part of Business Gateway. Have I got that right? Where does your events management experience come from?
So I'm trying to think when I got into it, because I used to do like little bits and pieces, sort of like help out, like the Glasgow Art Fair and things like that. And then I went away and did my degree in it. And then I worked in the events industry for about 10 years, I think it was. So I've anything from like your incredibly dull conferences through to like huge sporting events like the Edinburgh Marathon Festival. So yeah, after 10 years, then John said, look, we're going to do this champs, like, can you help me? I'm like, oh my God, the stress of it. Because I'm like, it's all on you. Like it's your brand. You've got nothing else to hide behind. But yeah, I think it's because I've got that experience that, as you will well know, being on stage, I can be a little bit of a tyrant at the side of the stage. So I can only apologise, Billy.
I know I've only found you terrifying 3 or 4 times, to be honest. It's been have you ever done anything as unique as a Beard and Moustache Championships? I always ask, because people that have worked in the creative industries or events industries, you get asked to do the most unbelievable things. Had you done anything as unique as that before you obviously got involved with Braw Beard?
Billy, I think it's safe to say that very, very few folk have done anything as unique as a Beard and Moustache Champs.
Good. Right, so we got it. Let's start at the beginning. The love story to end all love stories. Well, I tell you what, we'll skim over bits and bobs, but we don't need to go into the gory details. But how long have you and John been married?
Oh shit!
Oh no!
I didn't realize it was going to be this hard, Billy. Almost 4 years, about 3.5 years.
I'll take it. Awesome. And how long have you guys been together?
About 15 or 16 years.
All right.
So
I legit thought you said 50. I legit thought you said 50, and I was like, I'll just ignore that. She looks amazing for 50. It's like, that is incredible, and I need to get some face masks. That's all I can think. So you have been there since. Without going into the gory details, how did you and I hate using the phrase gory details. I do apologize. How did you and John meet?
We went to the same school, so we had some mutual friends. John was a couple of years above me, I think. So we just met through mutual friends, and we're friends for, even longer than we've even been together as well. So I think I've probably known him about 20 years now, maybe more.
Wow. And what first attracted you to this fellow?
Oh, he's got a few nice eyes, Billy.
I'll do. I don't know about you, but I'm a sucker for a pair of eyes myself. And he does have lovely eyes. So you guys got together and obviously John has told the story in terms of how Braw Beard came into being as a result for him having the time with the accident, which was I'm sure to be a very hard time, and for you guys especially. But how exactly did you guys start moving towards Braw Beard being a creation? Because I imagine, as a sounding board, as his partner at that time, you must have very much been involved with helping support that process.
Yeah, definitely. So, and especially because John was still working a full-time job at that point, so was I. And I don't even remember batting an eyelid when he said, "Oh, I'm going to try and start making beard oils." It didn't even occur to me as strange, because he was making hair oil for me, because he also knew about aromatherapy. So yeah, it was just mainly him, but it's me helping out, testing the recipe, helping package up orders and such. And again, at the time we thought it'll be friends and family, it'll be local. Never did we actually think that we'd be on our own Braw Cast a few years down the line. It was really cool.
So even at that early point, was your business know-how a factor in helping get the business up and running?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, as John is great, fantastic at hitting the ground running, and he just learns himself and teaches himself and just really goes for it. But yeah, because I had sort of worked in small businesses as well, there was that sort of business management, planning, the marketing, the finance side of things that did help. And then now he's just an absolute whirlwind now.
All right, and you're just going. So you're excited to see this business going along, and you're excited. But what I think is so amazing about it is that even the sense of community, by even you guys as a I hate using the phrase like a first family of it, like a partnership. You're telling me, I don't even know what to say. You know, it's like because we're John and Braw Beard there, Elaine's there as well, and it really does give a sense of warmth about it. Was that a deliberate thing that you guys set out to do, or was it something that just kind of happened naturally just because of the way you guys are?
It's definitely not anything deliberate that we tried to do. So yeah, it's just happened. You know, in terms of like the brands and the Brawtherhood as well. You know, or of the group that we have, we just want to make that an inclusive place, and you know, a safe place, a warm place for everyone. You know, male, female, like different. You know, whatever your ethnicity is, whatever your background is, it's just something that you can go and either talk about beards or just anything else. You can blow off steam, you can get support, you can just chat absolute nonsense. So yeah, that was the only real idea behind it.
Yeah. So I've got to ask at this point, you like beards, right?
Yeah.
Just asking a question. Everyone is asking that question in these comments. The one question is, does she like beards? It would be a horrible way for that to get revealed if that was not the case.
No, I don't. You play Watch a Divorce like live on the internet.
Oh no! I've always liked sideburns. I'm not a fan. I only ask because obviously John's beard itself is quite the display. When he was sort of kicking things off with the business and things are getting going, and this beard's going to get longer. How are you feeling about all that? You're just like, this is cool, just as long as he's happy. How did you feel about all this?
Yeah, totally fine. It's his face. He can do whatever he wants with it, quite frankly. But I think in all the time that we've been together, I think I've maybe seen him clean shaven twice.
Oh my God.
And like those are like proper early days. And I think even that, he went from a beard to a moustache for a holiday, I think, and then shaved that off and started again many years ago.
Oh my God.
I don't actually know what it looks like underneath there, Billy, to be honest.
That feels like they must be like trading cards somewhere with his face on it, Bald John. That's going to be worth a bit of money. That's going to be like football stickers. Do you know what I mean? That's going to be well. Hey, listen, I've been pushing for a while now for the Braw Beard sticker album, where we get folk that bought the product and just. I'm just saying. I know you're involved in that side. I'm just saying. I think there's money to be made. I think there's money to be made.
Edition ones, like you know how there's always like the really hard to find stickers.
The shiny ones.
The shiny ones or the signed ones.
We've got this sorted. We'll talk after. I'll call it a 15%. But so let's get on to Braw Beard kind of starts taking up steam. It really starts picking up steam as a brand. And it's been international. I mean, obviously John became a part of that scene. How did you feel when you were becoming educated in terms of this sort of worldwide scene, this community that exists? What was your first impressions of that?
I couldn't actually believe like how much was out there. So obviously we sort of had the brand going for a few years before I actually realised how big it was, both in the UK as a whole and the world. So finding out there was like the British Beard and Moustache Championships, and then the Worlds as well, and like obviously all like the local clubs internationally. You think really like there's actually that many people that don't just have beards, they compete as well. So yeah, it was like a wee bit mind blowing as well. So we went down to the British that the Liver Beards held in Liverpool. Again, mind blown. Did not know what to expect, and it was just a great day out. It was awesome.
And how did you feel as like? I mean, I hate using. I hate ever bringing sex into any form of pop culture or any form of fandom, which it is. It's a culture completely on its own. How did you feel as interacting with the other? Because, well, let's put it this way. I love the fact that there is the fake beard category at the championships. I think it's amazing because it makes it so inclusive. But how did you feel in terms of interacting with the other women, the other partners, the beardless? The beardless, that makes it sound like it's an affliction. Those that do not have beards. until this moment, Elaine, I'm going to live with you. I did not know how to put any of this, and in this very PC time, I'll be very careful. I'll be very careful, especially when you are, especially when you are interviewing effectively the boss. So I've got to be careful here. How did you feel about integrating into that culture as part of it? But you're from a distance. Did you feel that it was inclusive enough that it really was a community? Even going down to that Live Beards event down in Liverpool, what was your first impressions of that side of it?
Do you know what? Everyone, and like you've been to the events, Billy, so you'll see it not just from our side of things, but all the different clubs, all the different events. Everyone is just so warm and friendly and welcoming. So no matter which club or event you go to, if you don't know anyone there, you're very, very quickly going to have a friend, whether it's, one of the competitors, it's a spectator, whether it's one of the bearded or the beardless, as you put it. You're going to be a friend. So what I would say to anyone, and we say this in the Brawtherhood, we say it about our champs, anything, if you're anxious or you're nervous about going, if you think, right, well, none of my friends are going, or I don't really know anyone, or it's in a different town or a different country, go. You're going to make new friends, and you're going to have a whale of a time. So please don't let any anxiety put you off.
No, certainly not. It's I find, as I don't want to say as an outsider in those early days, but as someone that was coming to it from the first time, I can say, and I know there's people going to be going, yeah, you're the host of this, you're going to use this. And no, I can say hands down, I felt immediately very comfortable, very much welcomed straight off the bat, not only by yourself and John, but by everyone. Everyone was has really been nice and welcoming, and has even reached out on other things just to say hello. And hey, there's nothing more. It can be a wee bit like a secret club. I remember I went to an all-you-can-eat buffet at Braw Head, and this guy literally tapped me on the shoulder and went, Braw Beard, and away he went. I've never seen that man again. I've never seen that man again, and that's 2 championships I've looked for him. I've never seen that man again. I don't even know how he knew. But so right, let's.
You don't stop and think, did that really happen, or did I imagine that?
Yeah, but I definitely. But it was like, because my wife went, what did he say? I went, I think he said Braw Beard. Either that, or he pure swore at me, and I just totally misheard it. Is it Fanny the way he went? I've no idea. But let's get to the championships. I mean, as much as we're going to bounce about, I think I always like to bounce about and keep some questions going. Got a couple of ones here actually. A couple of questions that people sent in. Thank you, Colin, for this question. Again, if you do have any questions for Elaine, by all means, file them into the comments. They come straight through to me. There's no big team or anything. It's literally just me and the cupboard under my stairs. So yeah, if you do have any questions, file them straight to me, and I will do my best to answer them on this bloody laptop. This first one is by Colin. Ask Elaine, does she prefer the floral scents or the more woody ones? And does she have a favourite Braw oil? It's a good question.
Yes. To be honest, I do like the floral one. I quite like the fresh one. So Arctic Explorer is my favourite scent.
Right.
Very, very closely followed by Heather.
I like Heather.
In terms of product, my favourite one, just I happen to have one right here, is the Mrs Braw hair oil. So having naturally, and just speaking of which, I've got hair in my eye as well, but naturally curly hair, I've tried to tame the beast tonight, and actually not having had a haircut since well before lockdown. That has been my absolute saving grace, trying to tame the beast.
Do you know, I actually need to order some. I don't have any. And I know, oh God, I've actually just said that. There's going to be people watching going, using hair oil, son. Yes, I do. I've had long hair for 20 years, and I try my best to look after it. And right now, I'm resembling Chewbacca. So I tell you what. Well, there it is. If anyone wants to order, actually, Mrs Braw's hair oil, I think I've got that right, the product name. Make sure you can head over to brawbeardsoils.com. All the information is over there. Don't forget to check the socials while you're there, but don't worry, I will remind you. Right, a couple more questions right here. We'll get to a couple of them. Right, one of the first ones is to go on with the Braw Beard Championships, which have they're a few years old now. Now, in terms of putting such an event together in Scotland, because it was a completely unknown entity here in Scotland in terms of this type of event. I mean, you had mentioned there were ones in Liverpool, and from the research that I've done, I've seen that there was ones internationally, but you guys were one of the very first to put on an event like this in Scotland. How did you, obviously being, you know, in that early, well, it wasn't early days of I guess the brand had been going a few years now, and you've been building up the community. How did you go about putting this together? What was your involvement?
So it was John, and basically got his arm twisted by Drew from the Liver Beers. We were down at the British, John thought this would be a great idea, and it was Drew from Liver Beers just essentially just like chucked the idea over the edge, and then the ball was rolling. And then John turned to me, he was like, you work in events, how do I make this work? Thanks, babe. So it was like all the scheduling. Obviously, it's our event, so you don't need to worry about sponsorship or anything like that. We found Drygate, who are just it's a fantastic venue. The staff are great, and they're really, really great to work with. We had just sort of put together like all the timings, the running order, and actually just stage managing it as well, which is so much fun. And each year it gets that little bit less stressful and a bit more fun. So yeah, looking forward to next year.
Well, you know, a change in host will certainly do that. You're more than welcome. Sorry, that's terrible. I know Gav might be watching up. Your love, Gav. Just in case. I'll just get that out of the way. You got the job at Kilmarnock Football Club, mate. You've done all right. Just in case. Right. In terms of, though, as you've seen the event progress, and I got to come to one as a punter, thankfully, and then I only got to really get in deep in the last couple of years. How have you seen the reactions of the people that have came along? Because the numbers have been, I mean, I think you've sold out now. I think is it every year, or was it? It's every year. How did you feel about that reaction? Because again, it's an unknown event. How's this going to go? Are people going to respond? Are they going to reply? You know, are they going to show the support by buying tickets, and are they going to come and have a good time? There's so much going on there. How did you feel in terms of the reaction that it's been getting?
Just totally gobsmacked. As you said, like when we first put it on, it was the first in Scotland. We did not know how it was going to be, and how it was going to go, how it was going to be perceived. So when people actually started buying tickets, like folk are actually going to come. And then it wasn't just Glasgow, it wasn't just Scotland. People coming from across the UK, like from Germany and Austria. Like, oh my god, like we really need to make this happen. Like we need to make this work, and we need to make it work well. But it's good. Like that kind of really makes you up your game. And then each year we see little things that we think, right, next year we don't want that to happen, or we want that to happen, or we just think, right, how can we make this run a little bit smoother? What's going to work better? So it was only sort of this last year that we started doing the sort of the parade of the participants, and then we send them up for judging, just because it makes it easier. It's a little bit more for an event. It's fun for the participants as well, and it just makes it a little bit easier for the judges as well, because they're starting to see everyone together, not just individually. Because I experience as well.
Oh yeah, completely. Because I'd done some tattoo championships. And one of the things I found is it's kind of weird when they actually do the parading and the judging, and this isn't a go to any of our friends at the tattoo championships that could be watching. But a couple that I'd done, it'd been a really prolonged process, and it was hard for people to get involved. What actually gobsmacked me was, despite the fact you have all these categories, you have all these entrants, nobody moves. Like the people watching, it is the main event. It's Predator on the big screen. It is. They are fixed and they are supporting all the way through. That was what I was actually quite blown away with. But I've got to ask this, in terms of putting the categories together, was that something you were involved with?
To be honest, they're pretty set categories across sort of like all the different competitions that you'll go to. So it's not like we were the ones in the corner be like, all right, well, we'll do under 4, over 4. Like they're just pretty standard. So people that compete at a few things, they're going to know that it's a standard setup, and it's only really their beard that's going to change, whether they grow it, whether they cut it.
Yeah. And what was the reaction to, I mean, I was blown away with the international travel of people that were coming to the show. I mean, obviously we had Jimmy from Charlotte in North Carolina. We have the German contingent who smell amazing. I think we had. Am I the only person that notices this? The moustaches are incredible.
I think so, but see next year, like I'm going to get in trouble because I'm going to remember this, and then I'm going to be like trying to go up and sniff them, and then my German's not that great from school to explain to them why I'm sniffing them if I get caught.
Oh, they know. They are. They're very. They're they're a fun bunch of guys. Actually, I thought it was one of the things that in terms of even dealing with the event, because you want the event to have a good brand, you want the event to go a certain way. I mean, and I'm not saying this, I'm not blowing smoke again. I was actually really impressed with the amount of care that you take in terms of sitting even a host down and going, this is what's going to happen. This is the tone we would like. This is the elements that we want to bring to it. Was that something you had the foresight to see, or is that something that you pulled together as a brand to the event over the last couple of years, or is that something you always wanted from the start to be fun, engaging, and casual, but to come across as a professional affair?
A little bit of both, to be honest. Obviously, we need to make sure that the brand is represented. It's not just like a total rave and it just goes absolutely mental, which isn't our brand. But yeah, we want it to be like the annual party. We want it to be a celebration. We want it to be fun. We want it to be welcoming. And I guess because of my experience in the events industry, having to brief MCs and presenter and stuff, like I do know or think I do anyway, all the little elements that's going to help the event go better and actually help you as well, so that you're not just standing up there trying to totally wing it and then sort of looking at me like, oh, is this okay? And then you see me with like the broom handle, like, oh no, I need to change that. So just sort of making life that little bit easier, I think. But actually, just while you mentioned it, because you mentioned Jimmy there, I messaged Jimmy last night because he was over sort of 2019 for the champs, and then he came back over in the summer to visit some people, and they stayed with Mark Weir through West, and they went to Glenkinchie Distillery, which is our local whiskey distillery, with John, and bought me a bottle with the Glenkinchie whiskey, which I love. It's so like lovely and mild. But I was pregnant at the time, but we hadn't told anyone at that point. So Jimmy gave me a thought. I'm like, oh, thanks, that's really nice. Can't wait to get cracked into this. Put that in the back of the cupboard. So we actually opened it last night and had our first little jam out of it. So thanks, Jimmy.
Oh, Jimmy, I've got a crush on Jimmy. I might as well tell you. Oh God, proper as well. I absolutely like. Well, that's lovely. So, and how do you feel people respond to you knowing that you are in charge of this event? People must be incredibly appreciative.
I hope so. Obviously, I'm not doing it for thanks or anything like that. You have a little bit from the people that, they know the brand, they know me, so I chat away to them. And then there's the people that are they're there for the event, they're there for the competition, who possibly don't even care who it is that's putting it on. They just want to get their trophy, and that's totally fine, because it's a legit competition at the end of the day. It's not just us having a party because we want to have a party.
It's the old events management. It's the old thing, isn't it? If you've done your job right, nobody even knows you're there. It's the old adage. Ninja. Just all this appeared, and suddenly there was a band and a man swearing. I apologize about all the times I swear. I would like to say that again, officially on record. This year I really tried not to. So that says a lot about me, and I would like to apologize again. Right, we've got a couple more questions here. First of all, a couple of them saying, do you brainstorm with John in terms of new products and new ideas for the brand? Is that something you guys discuss back and forth?
Yeah, a little bit. So, I mean, full credit to it is mainly John, and I'm probably less involved in the product process than I used to be. So when John still had another job, I was a lot more involved. When he went full time for Braw, I was able to take a step back and then, not be labeling up bottles at 2 o'clock in the morning, which has been great. But yeah, like he's always like, oh, I've thought about this, and I can come back and think, well, have you thought about doing it in that color, or what about this, or testing out products or something? So I don't completely ignore him. It's just, it is very, very much John. I'm not going to take any credit away from him.
Does he ever come running in going, smell this, what do you think?
It does occasionally, yeah. And sometimes he's really chuffed with something. I'm like, not sure about that. But most of the time it's absolute gems.
Has there ever been an argument in terms of anything that you've went, no, and he's been like, this is great, no?
No, nothing like that.
Cool.
There's never been any barneys about it. He's not come up with something that's just so god awful. Like, everything has been really, really great. It's just maybe like a little tweak here and there.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. I just always wondered if somewhere they were.
I think you really want a really juicy argument story there. I just don't have one for you.
Oh, no, not at all. I just love the idea of the potential there being a cupboard somewhere with a never open. This is for future generations to learn from, because that's the thing. I mean, in terms of Johnny has all that experience, all that knowledge, all that body of work that he's built up. And certainly over a period of time, elements of beard oil have become more popular. And you do see people come in that maybe don't take that duty of care, that maybe don't, build that same community. And that's very fun. I mean, I've seen beard oils and I've smelled beard oils and I've went, what the fuck is this? And don't get me wrong, I'm sure that people that know what they're doing can turn anything. But in terms of when he made that jump, in terms of going full time, how did you feel about it? Was it a risk for you both? Was it an exciting time or a scary time?
I'd say 50-50. I mean, of course, if you're going from, you'll know yourself, if you're going from a stable job to self-employment, it's not guaranteed. You don't know that your salary is going to be exactly the same every single month. So yeah, it was a risk, but it was getting to the point that was the only way that the brand was ever going to progress and him still be healthy. Not working like every single hour that was available on the planet. So yeah, it was a risk, but it's paid off, which is, it's just great.
Yeah. It's and it's expanded into so many different things. I mean, you see in terms of going into we had Jamie on last week into motorsport. Even in our intro video, you get to see the Braw Beard skateboards. So obviously reached out into the MMA background, into all these other regions. Is there anywhere you would like to see Braw Beard go that maybe it hasn't gone to so far?
Oh, actually, I don't know. I think the brand very, very much follows like our personalities, which is, it's the music, it is the action sports. So I think for it to go anywhere else would probably be seen as a little bit disingenuous. You need to keep it pretty core to what it is that we are, especially John, is passionate about. So I think who he has and the sort of the industries that he's in is perfect for the brand.
Awesome. Would you know? I mean, I know we've got a limited supply for the bearding non-inclined. I'm trying to find another way still of getting this term out for people that don't have beards. But one of my favorite categories at the Braw Beard Championships is the fake beard championship. And what is the fake beard category? I've got to ask this. Even you're there every year, you get to know everyone so closely, you get to work with everyone. What's your favorite category? What's your favorite category at the championships?
I'd say probably the fake creative one that you're talking about, or the ginger beard. So I think ginger beard is probably the only category I think that we have that sort of other championships won't have, just because it is such a Scottish thing. And those guys are fiercely competitive. I think one year we were actually checking how orange it was compared to an Iron Brew can. So you've got some guys coming thinking they're the most ginger beard ever, and then when they see someone that's clearly more gingery than they are, you can just feel a little bit crestfallen. You feel bad for them not being gingery enough.
Well, one of my absolute favorite moments, and I'm almost entirely sure this was your idea, Elaine. I'm not going to take credit for this. I'm pretty sure this was your idea, was getting a school photo this year with everyone that was bald with a beard. I'm almost entirely sure this is that was your idea, and that was something that people are talking about even now. Do you remember that?
I remember it, but I don't think it was my idea. I don't know whose idea that was.
I was convinced.
I'll take credit for it happily. If
you take credit for it,
take
the credit for it. I just remember there'd been a lot of discussions. I think it was about. I think you and I were talking side of stage, as we did virtually all night. Any opportunity we got before you would suddenly go mid sentence. And I'll tell you another thing, and you were off. And then you would come back and finish the conversation, which I always found fucking impressive, I have to admit. Really, really. I think we were talking about there's a lot of bald guys with beards. God, imagine if we could get them all together in a pen or something. And I think, I mean, if it's a category someone goes into, you're going to have people queuing from Drygate right to Edinburgh. I'm pretty confident it's a lot of guys. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's a good look.
90% of the audience fits into that niche.
It's a good look. It's a good look. I'm not giving anyone a hard time. It's a good look. To the point that my son, my eldest Loki, loves it because he keeps saying, "Oh look, it's Dr. Robotnik," and he loves Dr. Robotnik. So nobody get upset. Nobody get upset. One of the German guys had a big sprawn, and he's convinced Dad has met Dr. Robotnik. So that gets me some brownie points. That gets me some brownie points. Yeah. It's. I'm just saying they might be. I would love. Because I think there is nothing funnier than seeing a kid with a full mustache and beard. Then maybe 1 year, now there's a baby in the family as well, we have to do the Braw Beard Juniors. Just maybe 1 year if we could get away with it. I don't know. Maybe do a parade with them all with the little fake beards on. I'm throwing it out there.
Maybe. We'd be able to do it at Drygate, though. I don't think we'd be able to really sneak them in. I think that might get us into trouble.
I don't think we can do it at Drygate.
Well,
we'll work something out. Well, what a great idea you had, Elaine. What a great idea you had. I'll leave that with you. Let's see.
Well, like you're saying, so because at the Champ I'm working and I love to sort of chat with everyone that I can and like catch up with friends and meet new friends. So I was like, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" Like, it's fantastic, but there's a category just starting. I need to go and make sure it's actually happening or shout someone for being in the wrong place. So it's a really weird mix of being working and stressing about stuff and still trying to have conversations with people as well. Hence why I keep sort of starting a conversation, going off to do something, coming back, trying to like restart the conversation vaguely where we left off. And this year with baby brain definitely did not help.
I thought you did pretty good. I mean, you kept me on my toes more than once, and there was nothing when you'd come back having half finished a conversation. When I had a conversation with someone else, you come back and go, right, over 4 inches without even batting an eye. So it all been going on in the background. That is impressive. That is very impressive. Just got a quick shout out here. William Andrew McMahon. I missed the bald and bearded photo. Too busy ordering pizza. That'll happen to you, my friend. That'll happen to you. And again, to the people that got my pizza, congratulations. I ordered pizzas and it went on, but I'm sure Drygate are going to be on it next year when we go back. In terms of getting to meet new people, which I think is one of the biggest things. It's a real sense of community that not goes only to the male factions that are a part of it. Body positivity with them. You mentioned people having anxiety and about how it is a safe and not necessarily nurturing space, but it's a comfortable space for everyone to come in and express themselves. Was that something that you were excited about when you saw that developing? Because it's difficult to find these type of things where everyone feels so comfortable. And even with what I like is it actually goes on to the partners of the people that are entering the championship as well. That there is such a body positivity, I'll use that, mental positivity. Where did this start coming in to Braw Beard? Where did this start coming into what you guys are doing in terms of, I mean, was it something you thought, wouldn't that be great at the start, but you really saw it building within the community, that people really were reaching out? I mean, I don't think it's any secret, but we know that people have reached out even during these times to each other to get support. and it's wonderful to see. And we hope more people do that. Again, we'll give you all the information again at the end. Was that something you were happy to see, or did at any point you set out to do, or was it just a natural thing and you guys just embraced it, going, this is a good thing, let's make this a part of it?
Very natural. It's a really, really big part of the bearding community is this sort of friendship, the body positivity, the sort of mental health awareness as well. So it really was just a case of sort of pushing that further. So whether you're sort of the bearded or you're, the whiskerinas, the supporters of the bearded guys and ladies, it's really, really big in the community. So we made sure that transferred into our event as well, and into the Brawtherhood. It was such a fantastic thing. So we'd always sort of put that in the event sort of literature and the way we promote it. Just say, look, this, don't be anxious. This is a very, very positive place. It's a safe place as well. So no matter what you're feeling or how you look or anything like that, this is a place for you as well. And essentially, we always say that rule number one in life and at the event or anything that we do is just don't be a dick. That's why we always say, like, even if it's your friend that's up on stage and you're booing for a joke, please don't do it, because the person next to you doesn't know that you're booing them because you're pals. So I don't want them to feel anxious about being there, thinking it's a negative experience, or for them to be nervous about going on stage. So even if it's your pal, like, we don't want anyone booing, because it could really ruin someone else's experience.
Yeah, exactly. And even in the 3 or 4 years I've been involved, I've noticed that booing, well, it's rambunctious, it's rowdy. I think everyone likes that. It's exciting. There's excitement in the air when you go to the championships. But I think it's great to see that booing, which I don't really think was a big thing to start with, but I could understand why people did it. But you can actually see how it's really dissipated, and it has become almost, if there is any booing, it is a little bit of fun. It is a little bit of silliness, just people having a good time, and like you say, booing their pals. But even in that point, you will see a boo doesn't last very long. A boo turns to a cheer very fast now. You go boo, hey! Like you can't actually hear that happening, and that's going to be something you're very happy about.
Yeah, definitely. I said, like, it was never sort of, nobody ever does it out of nastiness. I just want to make that clear for anybody thinking about coming along to any of the events, especially ours. It's never out of nastiness or negativity. It's just personally for me and John, we just feel it's better to try not to have that, like, not that we're trying to have, like, the authoritarian at the events. It's just nicer for anybody that's unsure of it, or it's their first time that they're not hearing boos.
Now we got to talk about being Mama Braw at this point. First of all, how's the little one doing?
He's good. He is an absolute, as I said, a total tank.
Yes.
Yeah, he's great, but it's better. It's going a little bit easier than I thought it was, which makes me think that there's something awful in store. I'm being lulled into a false sense of security, and he's just going to turn into the devil child at some point.
Right, well, it's going to happen at some point, but honestly, when they're a baby, they're probably at their best. They're probably at their best. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. How I was humbled by seeing the reaction to people when you guys had the baby. I mean, you were talking about being back at the Braw Beard Championships. I think you still had 2 months to go at that point. Give or take.
Chef, like, bumping people out the way.
Yeah, and you weren't taking any shit, which I very much admire. Come on! One of the things was the reaction to it was just so full of love and respect and excitement amongst the community. Because this is first baby, of course. I say first baby, could be only baby. I'm not planting any seeds. John has not paid me off. That is completely this is the first baby. How have you adapted to? I mean, particularly during lockdown, where nothing is as it should be. And if you're watching in the future, go and Google lockdown. what a great time, but we bloody made the most of it. How have you found the aspects of being a new mum? And obviously, are you excited about the future, not only for the brand, but for you with your child as well? Are you excited about what's to come?
Yeah, absolutely. The way I see it, having Danny here is essentially training up our sidekick. So, like, one thing, oh my god, this like screaming little tyrant in the house. Like, no, that's our adventure buddy. So yeah, it's really, really exciting. But yeah, as you said, because obviously your wee one's what, 4 months now?
It's 4 months, yeah. It's just ahead of you, just ahead of you.
Yeah, so you're sort of in the same situation where your wife is, that, maternity leave isn't quite what it should be.
No.
Like, it's unnatural, like we're not being able to spend time and play parsa parsa with our family. It's just like punting this baby off to whoever wants a cuddle. Um, and the other day I met up with some of the ladies from antenatal group, and we were just, in a park, social distancing. You can't like go and play with other kids, can't go
Yeah.
swimming. So it's really weird, but because I don't know parenthood in any other situation, like I don't have anything to compare it to. So it's actually it's not too bad, is essentially it. But yeah, I cannot wait for things to ease up. I can't wait to actually go and like hug people, go to places, go out for dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, eventually we'll get
Not
there.
long, not long now. Not long now. Everyone's doing a good job. Well, I think what I'd have to ask now, and it would tell we know what your favorite Braw Beard oil product is. We obviously got the advertisement in for the Mrs Braw hair oil as well. We make sure to get that in. Before we finish up, I've got to say just to everyone very quickly, make sure to check out brawbeardoils.com. All the information is on there. Here's what you do. You head over, you check out the shop. There's all the brilliant products. There's a full story of Braw Beard right there, going right through from its inception to what's happened now. But check out the shop. There is merchandise. There is clothing. So you don't need to be of beard. You can anyone can wear this stuff. Make sure to check it out and follow Braw Beard on social media. It's not only inclusive to absolutely everyone, but it's accessible to anyone. All you need to do is you can check out the Facebook, you can check out the Twitter, you can check out the Instagram, loads of stuff on there, and it's the best place to keep up to date with all the new stuff and exciting stuff that's going to be coming on. And I know there's going to be plenty, as Elaine said, as things open up, there's going to be more stuff on the way. Make sure to check it out. And I know that there's some new neck gators that have just arrived. I learned their name. Thank you, Craig. As opposed to tube scarves, as I was calling them for a couple of days. If you don't know the name for it, you have a punt. You spoke there about next year's championships. Is there anything that you would like to see happen, or is there anything you can give us a little insider on, any ideas you might have for going forward, or is it just going to be more extending what we've got already, the excitement and the inclusiveness and just the good time?
Yeah, just work on sort of making it a little bit more polished. Maybe have like a little something up our sleeves, just so there's maybe another little thing that people could enter if they maybe don't fit into one of the other categories, but we'll come out with that if we haven't already. I'm not sure if we have. Don't reveal anything in case it's not ready. But yeah, just sort of polish it up, and then same good vibes.
Brilliant. And tickets will be on sale as soon as we know what's going down. I think it'd be fair to say. Right, Elaine, I'm going to let you go because you must be shattered. There's no way about it. There's a baby in the house. How are you dealing with that side of it? Are you getting plenty of sleep? Are you getting plenty of rest? This is me asking as another parent right now.
Yeah. Do you know what? It's not actually too bad. We got a full night the other night. And I was like, right, please let's do this again. Then 4 a.m. This morning it kicked off again. I'm thinking the longer I'm here, the less chance I need to get involved in bedtime. So this is totally fine. You'll know you've got 3 kids and you've got one that's just a few months old as well. But like maybe the first couple of weeks, at one point I was so sleep deprived, and it was maybe about 2 a.m. and I was doing the feed. And you know that way when you start questioning reality, I was like, is this even real life? Like, am I here feeding a baby, or have I had a horrible accident? I'm actually just somewhere concussed. And then he starts wailing in my face, like, oh no, this is real life. Yeah.
Do you know, I called my dog the name of a dog 3 dogs back the other day. That's how tired I was. I called him lady, and even my wife was like, "Who the fuck is lady?" It's like, oh my god, I was talking when I was like 4. So get plenty of sleep, folks, and I should say, if you're even thinking about becoming a parent, enjoy it. Because I will admit, even when you said a full night there, it was like, oh my god, it was like a phone line number. It was like, oh, tell me about the full night's sleep. What was that like? It was like, oh, it's brilliant. 8 hours straight through. Oh god, really? Did you get up and have breakfast? Oh, that must have been amazing. It must have been amazing. Well, look, Elaine, you're on social media as well.
Yes, I am.
So where can people find you if they want to follow your journey that's going on right now? And of course, everything going on with what you're doing with Braw Beard. So where can people follow you?
So I'm on Instagram as imaginatively Mrs Braw Beard Oils.
Nice.
See what I did there?
Yeah, I like it. Although I still like Queen Braw or Braw, the first lady of Brawness. The first lady of Brawness, somebody said.
Oh, I like that. I'm going to see if that's taken. I'll maybe change it.
There you go. You got the whole thing. And if John is watching, so I just want to say the Brawverse is it's money. It's money, man. It's money. But now I've said it on your podcast. Technically, you own it. So congratulations. Right. We are going to get out of here. I'll tell you what, Elaine, I'm just going to pop you in the green room and I'll wrap this up and then we'll let the good folks out here. We'll talk to you in a second. Everyone, Elaine Jackson. Mrs Braw, thank you very much. All right, thank you for joining us wherever you are. If you are watching this in the future, if you're watching us in the present, watching us just now, don't forget to share it with your friends, tag it with someone. If you're interested in what's going on at Braw Beard, like I say, once again, brawbeardoils.com. You can also check out the Facebook and the Twitter and the Instagram. Tag a friend, let them know what's going on. We'll bring you more and more information and interviews with more of the wild, wonderful, and interesting people that are involved not only with Braw Beard, but from the Brawverse. We would love to hear from you. Don't forget, my name is Billy Kirkwood. We will see you again. If you want to get in touch with Braw Beard, make sure to check out their Facebook page. All that's left to say is, folks, and I love the fact that I'm keeping talking while I corner of I'm looking over to the computer so I can make sure I can wrap this up and try and make this as slick. I hate MacBooks, but I love you. Happy Monday, everyone!